Start.
Start, yes.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. My name is Saurav and I will be the sergeant at arm for today's meeting. I welcome you all to the 485 meeting of Eloquent Toastmasters Club, Gurgaon. Okay. Toastmaster meeting is an MRP, mission, rule, and passion. Talking about mission, I am requesting all the people, please stand up because the mission is not only for the EC members, all for all the members, people who are part in the EC group. And uh, and just repeat my gesture, what I'm doing, like do this, okay, and repeat my words. Uh, Talking about the of our Toastmaster Club is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Thank you. You can take yours. Thank you. Now jump on the rules. The first rule is pretty simple. Please turn off your mobile phone or put them on silent mode. For that, I will give you only 5 seconds. Okay, the time is up. The second rule, as a Toastmaster, we don't talk about sex, religion, and politics in a politics in a derogatory manner. The third rule is please do not cross talk. For online audience, please put yourself on mute if you're not speaking. Turn off your video if you are stepping out of the meeting. This would help to avoid distractions of our speaker. Let's come on the passion. Eloquent is fifth consecutive president distinguished club. Salute to the blood and sweat of members and EC who have worked tirelessly to make it happen. Now I am handling this stage to the presiding officer Toastmaster Dikshita. Over to you.
Thank you, Sergeant at Arms, for the warm welcome. Glad to see you all after so long, I believe. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. Welcome to meeting 485. Before we dive into our regular agenda for today, I do have a special announcement to make. It gives me immense pleasure to announce the Toastmaster of the month. And what makes it even more special, because the winner is a new member, someone has already stepped up and has taken multiple roles, like timer, our counter, table topic speaker. So let's put your hands together and congratulate Toastmaster Vivek. Vivek, congratulations.
I was not expecting this year. I was thinking that there is another Vivek. Thank you so much.
Congratulations once again, Vivek. Now let me introduce the captain of the ship, our Toastmaster of the day. He's not a leader, but a true pillar of the club, a guide, a mentor, inspiration to all of us. Let's give a warm welcome to Toastmaster Ashish. And today's theme is how to leverage your Toastmaster journey. A big round of applause for Toastmaster Ashish.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Dikshita. I'm not sure I'm looking like a pillar or not today, but all right, that's on a lighter note. Today, what I'm sharing with you, and you all know that theme was supposed to be handled by Toastmaster Sagar today, and due to certain health reason, I'm stepping in. And I'll try to do justice in the short time which has been given in order to make today an informative and an inspiring session for all of us. So, what I am bringing here today to all of you is not a gyan, not a knowledge, not an information, not something that A should do, B should do, C should do. But instead, what I'm doing today is to share with you my own journey. It was not very long back, around 5 years, that in middle of 2020, I started searching for Toastmasters actively. It was middle of COVID, so everything was happening virtually, and and that's how I found this lovely club called Toastmasters, Eloquent Toastmasters Club. And you all know when we start thinking about Toastmasters, those who don't know about it first, they'll say, "What is it all about? How can I join?" And there are clubs and there are structures. And you all know that journey, what happens, right? You all have gone through that. Today, do we have any guests? I guess no, right? All of us are members. Toastmasters Dikshita, if you could help me confirm that, please. Yeah, Ravi had joined, and I'm not sure whether he was guest or member, but he's apparently left now. So if there is any guest meeting, I'll request you to just give me a heads up, then accordingly I'll moderate myself. So the journey started when, but before that, let me share with you some interesting facts. You all have this device. You all have it.
Yes.
Anyone doesn't have it now?
No.
There isn't a professional human being who can live without it. Yes or no? What's the capacity of your mobile? Storage capacity.
256 GB.
256 GB. Yeah. Most of us 128 or 256. That's the going rate. All of you would have it, right? What if I tell you that a phone with a 10,000 times capacity is coming up? Sounds exciting?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would like to buy it at the same price.
Yeah.
You would like to buy 10,000 times capacity, and you can imagine the speed.
Premium for the extra storage there.
You look at it. You all would like to buy it, isn't it?
Yeah.
What if I tell you you already have it? 1,000 times capacity, which means 2.5 million gigabyte capacity device, you already have it with you. Any guesses which what I'm talking about?
Is it us only?
The mind.
Our human brain, right? It has capacity of 2.5 petabytes, which is 2.5 million gigabyte. Can you imagine? That's the kind of storage capacity we are really comfortable. But there is something very unique about this particular instrument that we have. It starts working the moment we are born and does not stop till the time we stand up for public speaking. Yes, the moment we are up on the stage or the moment we stand up to say something, something starts happening inside, and God knows what happened. And something similar happened to me. And by the way, the term of this is called glossophobia, which is the fear of public speaking. And glossophobia is the fear that grips more than 70% audience. More than 70% of people in the world have this fear called glossophobia. And it ranks even higher than the fear of death. So, marna svikar public speaking is something, no. We don't get into this kind of complex stuff. I used to rate myself pretty good speaker, right? I used to think I'm pretty good. And that's another journey which I'll tell you some other day. But over the years, I developed myself. I did a lot, I almost mugged up the entire dictionary during my education. And I used to bring some complex words, much like terrorism in my early years. But over the years, I realized that my confidence, my communication skill was going downhill instead of going uphill. So with time, I realized the nuances were going greater and greater, and my skill was not going up. And it reached to a point that in the year 2018, I was attending an external conference along with my managing director, along with my CFO, and I was one of them. And we were in a third party boardroom meeting, in a government official boardroom meeting, and we all had to introduce ourselves. And guess what? When my turn came, I just couldn't utter a single word, just introduction, but I couldn't speak. That's when something hit inside. What went wrong? And I gave myself reason A, reason B, reason C. But then I realized I need to really do something about it. Really, my communication skills were not keeping up to the times and keeping up to the requirements. And of course, as you grow in life, the requirements keep evolving. In the young as a youngster, you can say whatever you want, right? But as you grow, the requirement of communication keep evolving. And that's when I started searching and I joined Eloquent Toastmasters Club. Now, today we will try to uncover from my journey of last 5 years, what are the steps, what are some of the missteps which you can avoid from my experience, and what are some of the steps that you can take from my experience. Of course, it's like take it or leave it policy. Of course, all of what has worked for me might not work for you because you are a different individual. But I thought it's a good time for me to share with you some of those learnings. And I'm pretty sure that you'll find it useful and that might either inform you or inspire you to shape your journey in the best possible way, right? Because Toastmasters is the investment of time, is the investment of money, and we all are here to draw the best out of it. Yes or no? We are a finance guy, so ROI, return on investment, is the top of the head thing that we are putting in time and money. We should get the return out of it, right? And one side, to me, the effect, or what should I call, the secondary benefit of being a Toastmaster is to have so many friends, right? And that comes, right? And sometimes what I've seen is that benefit, after having that benefit, people kind of go a little slow on the primary goal of joining Toastmasters. And those of you who are unmarried, Toastmaster is a great matrimonial as well. And a lot of Toastmasters marry to Toastmasters, and a lot of people join Toastmasters for that. But okay, that's on a lighter note. We'll leave it there. We'll leave it there. Those are secondary benefits, right? And we are not taking away from that. Of course, socialization, it's a social community. When people are involved, relationship blooms, and that's how life is. And friendship, marriage, all these are relationships, of course, facets of the relationship. And I think that's what Toastmasters bring on the table. And today we will not cover the secondary benefit. We'll try to focus on the primary benefits out of it and try to see how to make most of it. Are you up for it?
Yeah, that's good.
Only 2 people are up for it. Are you up for it? May I request all the virtual audience also make some noise, unmute yourself and say, are you up for
Yes.
it? Yes.
Yes, we are up for it.
Yeah. And the journey will be very boring if it is only about me. So we'll try to include all of you. And we have quite a few of you who have multitude of experience. And as I speak, let me share with you one great news that Toastmaster Dikshita has started a mentoring journey of a club. So she'll be mentoring another Toastmasters club in our district. And may I request all of you to put your hands together. And we will unearth that as well. Why to do it? What's in it for me? Or why president? Why VP? What's in it for me? Why should I do it? Why these crazy guys keep spending time and energy? We'll try and unearth from my experience. Of course, and as I said, we'll try to cover some of your experiences. But before that, let me share with you. We do not have any guests, but let me still share with you the structure of our Toastmasters meeting. So it starts with what we call prepared speeches. And as the name suggests, prepared speeches are the speakers who have prepared their content and who will be coming here to share their speech with us. Today, we have 3 prepared speeches. Toastmaster Dikshita, Toastmaster Prince, and Toastmaster Nirdusha are going to enlighten us with their thoughts. Really looking forward to it. The second section of Toastmasters meeting is what we call table topic speech, and that's in impromptu speech. And today we have Toastmaster Rhythm, who's going to be the table topic master, who will share topics with us and invite us to give our speech impromptu on the stage. And the third section is what we call evaluation section. So one of the key thing which is different from in Toastmasters vis-a-vis any other practice, and which I personally loved a lot, is the aspect about feedback. right? And Toastmasters and the journal evaluation role in every meeting is to provide that valuable. So before any ado, without any ado, let me first invite Toastmaster Dikshita, who is going to play the role of evaluator today, general evaluator today, and she will explain about her role and introduce her tag team. Stage is all yours, Toastmaster Dikshita. Dikshita, I think there is some. Oh, okay. Yeah, Dikshita, are you there?
Yes, yes, I'm there. Yes.
Yeah, stage. Thanks.
Hi, everybody. Today, I'll be playing the role of a general evaluator. In this role, I'll be evaluating the overall conduct and the flow of our meeting. As we know, constructive feedback is essential for our growth. But when the feedback is 360 degrees, it becomes even more powerful and impactful. To help me achieve this purpose, I have a dedicated tag team by my side. And together, we will ensure that every segment of today's meeting gets attention and feedback it deserves. So, to help me in the tag team, I have timer, grammarian, and R counter. So, let me introduce the timer role. And the timer role would be played by Toastmaster Harsh. Toastmaster Harsh, are you there? Oh, okay.
Yes.
Hi.
So a very good morning to all of you. Today my role as a timer is to note everyone's time, every speaker's time. This is not to rush you, but to support you so that you can finish your performance in the allotted time. This will also help us to run the meeting on time as well. So for that, I have three cue cards, green, yellow, and red. We have three segments. Those are prepared speech, evaluation, and table topics. For prepared speeches, we have 5 to 7 minutes. A green card for 5 minutes, yellow card for 6 minutes, and red card for 7 minutes. And for table topics, we have 1 to 2 minutes. Green card for 1 minute, yellow card for 1 minute 30 seconds, and red card for 2 minutes. And for the last part, which is evaluation, green card 2 minutes, yellow card 2 minutes 30 seconds, and red card 3 minutes. So all the best to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Harsh, for giving us a detailed introduction of your role. Let's welcome Toastmaster Vivek for the counter role.
Hi everyone, sorry. Hi everyone, I am Vivek. I'll be the role of accountant today. So my purpose of the role is to help speakers to avoid or minimize using filler words, including such as like, basically, So I'll count all the filler words used by you and will share my report once scored by general evaluator. So my suggestion would be that instead of using filler words, you can use silence, which can create your next sentence much more impactful. So like in this sentence, I have used multiple filler words. So I'll again repeat the sentence with using silence, and you can see the difference. So instead of using filler words, you can use silence, which will create your next words much more impactful. So thank you and all the best.
Thank you, Toastmaster, for explaining your role well. And we all agree that our filler words, how can we actually overcome the filler words? Thank you so much. Now let's welcome Toastmaster Bharti for her grammarian role.
Hello, everyone. Very good morning to you. Being a grammarian, my duty is to present and identify the commendable uses of the words and not so great uses of the words. And I also come with a duty to give the word of the day and idiom of the day. So, word of the day is resilient, which means strong enough to deal with the difficult situations or recover well with the difficult situations. And idiom of the day is full of beans, It means have a lot of energy, enthusiasm, be very lively, be in a high spirits, cheerful, happy, and joyful. So, statement using these word of the day and filler idiom of the day is a person should be resilient and full of beans to enjoy the life at fullest. Thank you. And I'll be presenting my report at the end of the session. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bharti, for explaining your role pretty well. So, as a rule, we always put a thumbs up. We always show a thumbs up whenever the word and the idiom of the day is used. And I would request Toastmaster Bharti to please post the word and the idiom on the chat box and the whiteboard as well. Anybody who's there present in the offline audience, so that everybody can use the word and the idiom of the day.
Dikshita,
And
I'm sending, sorry to interrupt, I'm sending you over WhatsApp. You can please put this on the chat.
sure, you can put it in the chat box. Okay, fine, no problem. All right, thank you. Yeah. Okay. As we have already introduced all the roles, now we shall submit a report once called upon by the Toastmaster of the day. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Ashish.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Dikshita and the tag team for lovely introduction of the rule. Let's straight jump in. Let me first ask you a question. What do you think is the difference between a novice speaker who's not able to have a good impact on the audience and an expert speaker? Let me ask a little more pointed question. Is it confidence or competence? Anyone?
A mixture of both. Both.
Mixture of what?
Yeah.
What do you think? More. So let's say you're starting as a speaker, right? What is most important at that time?
As an icebreaker, you should have the required confidence.
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 Believing in yourself.
Believing in yourself. Confidence. Anyone think competence is more important than confidence? All of you agree that confidence is more important.
Confidence. Yeah.
So first also C of leveraging our journey, and that's very, very important for all of us to know and remember. A lot of time we overemphasize on competence. Is competence not important? Of course it is, right? If your competence is not building over a period of time, your confidence will start going down. And that was what was happening with me. That my competence was not building. At a certain point of time, I was very good, but my competence was not building. But that was diluting my confidence. If somehow you have a skill of keeping your confidence up, even if your competence is wherever it is, you can manage. Do you all agree? Yes. And therefore, the first and foremost aspect of leveraging or utilizing our Toastmaster journey is to continuously build our confidence. And that's generally, this is one aspect we don't focus so much. Right? It is kind of okay. With practice, it will go up automatically. But does it? Sorry, it doesn't. People say practice makes man perfect, but it does not. Each time you are practicing, if you are not improving, building your confidence up, consciously it will not happen. And recently, I was reading a very nice book called Confident Mind. And I'll encourage those of you who are interested might like to read this as well. Now, what they say is confidence is built by ESP: effort, success, and progress. And the message has beautifully summarized that if you are not your bank account, he says confidence is a bank account, is a mental bank account, mental reservoir. And each one of us have to continuously build our bank account to be confident and to have the beans when you are coming, to be full of beans, as the idiom of the day has been pointed by our Ryan today, that in order to have that strong bank account from where you can draw. Obviously, in your life, you will have a lot of times when the situation is tough, right? And what you know in a tough situation is to draw from this bank account, right? Now, today, let us first invite our first speaker who is going to present her bank account, her confidence, her resilience. Toastmaster Dikshita. And but before calling her on the stage, let us invite Toastmaster Pallavi, who's her evaluator. Toastmaster Pallavi, could you take the stage and share with us the purpose of the speech of Toastmaster Dikshita?
Good morning, everyone. Our first speaker is TM Dikshita. She is working on level 3, project 2 of the effective communication path. The purpose of her speech is to focus on the positives. The speech title is Lost and Found. And I would like to describe Dikshita. She's a person who is a foodie. She loves to try new cuisines, and she definitely goes so well with everyone. Please welcome Toastmaster Dikshita.
Toastmaster Dikshita, can we do a quick audio video check?
Yes. Can you hear me now? Is it clear?
Yes. Would you like to, are you giving on the sitting or standing? Sitting,
Sitting.
right?
Yeah, sitting. Yes.
Okay. Lost and found, Toastmaster Dikshita. Toastmaster Dikshita, lost and found.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and honored guests. Today, I'm here to share a personal story. It's a very simple story, but it taught me a very valuable lesson in my life. So, let me start with a question. Have you ever had a moment in your life where your heart literally skipped a beat? Anybody from online, offline audience? Anybody? Let me repeat my question. Have you ever had a moment where you literally, your heart skipped a beat?
Yes, happens probably every week with me.
Thank you, Vishal, for the participation. Anybody else?
Yes, whenever I give a speech.
All right, Nirdusha. Anybody? Okay. Thank you all for the participation. So let me begin with my story. So for me, it was losing my phone in Dubai. Yes, the city of gold, glitter, grandeur, and there I was phoneless. But today I'm here not to share a story of panic, but I'm here to share everything that I've found where I almost lost a most precious thing. I mean, precious thing for all of us. I was planning to visit Dubai from a very, very long time. And after planning for a couple of months, finally I've landed in Dubai. The moment I landed in Dubai, I was swept away with the tall buildings, buzzing schools, and of course, great food corner at each corner of the Dubai. Like any excited tourist, my phone became my best friend. Google Maps checked, currency converter checked, and of course, million photos as usual. Everything was going fine until, of course, it wasn't. One sunny afternoon, I decided to visit the local shops of Dubai. Since I had a lingering cough, I had cough syrup after having breakfast. I hopped into the taxi, gave the taxi driver the directions, and thought of taking the nap because I was feeling a little drowsy, but I was looking forward to the trip. The taxi driver dropped me in front of a very beautiful, cute little shop. Everything looked magical with colorful lanes, people, the smiles, the smells. Everything was so mesmerized that I didn't even think about my phone even for a single second. After exploring the alley for a couple of hours, I got back to the hotel and I didn't even realize what I was missing. For one full hour, I was quite content with myself, as usual, busy with my schedule. And as my next schedule was after 2 hours, I was just happily doing my regular work. I casually reached out to my bag to check my next pickup for my next trip. Then I realized my second oxygen tank, which is my phone, is missing. My mind panicked that I have lost my phone. I immediately called the reception people, explained them the situation. One of the team staff member was courteous enough to call my number, but in vain. My mind was totally panicking because I had no clue what to do next. But my heart was calm that day. I had a little voice in my heart that said, if you lose your phone in Dubai, it will be an epic story. Last time I lost my phone was when I was having pani puri. Since then, I have stopped having pani puri. All of a sudden, I realized that I have booked my cab through the hotel. I told the hotel people the same. They checked the CCTV footage. They were able to track the details of the cab driver. They called the cab driver and he acknowledged the fact that he has my phone, but he would be able to return my phone only when he has a passenger heading towards the hotel. Since the clock is ticking towards my next trip, I had no choice but to be calm at that moment. I kept myself busy. I had lunch. I started exploring the boutique shops of the hotel, and I was just waiting for my next pickup. After a couple of minutes, the driver called the hotel people, informed them that he has actually found a passenger. He has explained them the situation, and the passenger is ready to take a detour so that he can return my phone. Can you imagine in a foreign place and a complete stranger would help me out when I'm such in a messy situation? My happiness was unmeasurable. I didn't know what to do. I was so happy. The driver arrived. I rushed to meet him, tried to offer him money as a token of appreciation. At that moment, he said something that actually made me realize a very important lesson in my life. He refused to take up the money. He said, no, ma'am, in Dubai, we don't accept money for doing a right thing. We are well taken care by the government and we are quite happy and content here. In those hours, I realized that money can buy us a flight ticket. It can actually help us to get into a nice hotel or maybe help us to buy a fancy meal. But the virtues like calmness, happiness, compassion, these are all virtues which we freely give to each other with our whole heart. So, dear fellow Toastmasters, we might be stuck in situations or we might be in situations which we are not prepared for, but we always have a choice to panic or to be calm, to complain or to make connections. That day in Dubai, I almost lost my phone, but I realized a very important thing that I found joy at that moment. I actually had faith in the people and I actually understood the power of staying calm and positive and kind at that very moment. Thank you so much.
May I request all of you to now give your feedback to Toastmaster Dikshita. You could use either the Zoom chat or the members group. Timer, please help me to indicate once 1 minute is over.
Time time starts now.
Thank you so much. Toastmaster Dikshita mentioned something very interesting in her speech about confidence. What was that? Anyone? So about confidence, she mentioned something very interesting. Anyone want to take go at it? Other than Toastmaster Dikshita?
To be resilient even if the situation is not in your control.
To be resilient and calmness. And calmness is extremely, extremely important because, and one thing which we hear a lot of time that when we are calm, we do the best. Everyone knows that, right? And mind you one thing, more you learning is such a thing that more you will learn about a topic, more and more you will realize that I don't know. Yes or no? So if you are very less confident in the beginning, forgetting that you'll become confident as you start knowing things. Because more and more you know, you are going to realize, oh my God, it is a mountain. Every topic has so much to learn about. Right? So your confidence and calmness need to start coming right from the beginning. And that's the first thing to learn. When you are coming on the stage, first thing to learn, how can you be calm? How many of you have felt that I feel so uneasy, but when I see others, they are so calm? Yeah, and we have almost all the hands raised. And who are the others? Right? Everybody inside is feeling that nervousness, excitement. And excitement, nervousness happen when our body gives a signal that we are doing something important. Right? And that's not a bad signal. Right? Imagine that if your phone buzz, is that wrong? No? That's the job of the phone, right? And if the phone doesn't buzz, what's the fun of that phone? The same, just like the buzz of the phone comes when you are receiving a call, likewise, when you are doing something important, your body has the sign of excitement and bit of nervousness comes in. Right? Excitement, nervousness, they are very similar. Right? Someone calls it excitement, someone calls it nervousness. So treat your nervousness as your excitement and make sure you are staying as calm as possible, but do not worry about that nervousness or excitement. And that's a skill. It might sound like right now something which is not doable, but trust me, it is. Because when we ask this question, all the hand raised. There are no others here. Right? Visibly, you are looking far more calm than you are inside. And even if you are telling your whosoever speaker, even Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who is one of our expert speakers, right? He would have certain level of nervousness when he is talking at a White House or talking something which is very, very important, right? So extremely important to calm yourself down and not treat that nervousness or excitement as an issue, as something is wrong. Because when phone buzz, it's natural. Likewise, when you feel that adrenaline, it's natural. Right? And one of the way which is recommended that if you feel too much of that, you could do a jog just before that important performance. That helps you to calm your body. Nourish your body, eat well, drink well, not drink, in terms of water here I meant, right? Not the other drink well. That can have incremental impact on the nervousness. But of course, if you do the right thing there and be yourself on the stage, everything will be perfectly okay. Right? So the lesson here is do not panic when the nervousness comes in. And this point was used by Dikshita in her speech that she did not panic. She chose to be calm. Calmness or panicness is a choice. And that's a choice which we have to make at each moment. So when you are coming to the stage, choose calmness and not me. Right? So this is our lesson number 1 today in order to try and be confident. And with that, we move to our speech 2. And speech 2 is going to be given by Toastmaster Prince and his evaluator is Toastmaster Rashmi. Let's invite her on the stage with your honor.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. So our next speaker is Toastmaster Prince Children, and he's a strategic sourcing professional, and he works with a biotech company. Outside of work, he's passionate about traveling. He's the owner of the cutest Labrador who is full of beans and who loves reading a lot about cars. So if you are planning to buy a car, you know who your go-to person is. So today, he's delivering level 1 project 2 from the pathway presentation mastery, and the purpose of his speech is writing a speech with purpose. Now I will leave it to Toastmaster of the day to reveal the topic. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rashmi. Let's call Toastmaster Prince on the stage, please. Yeah, virtual audience, could you just confirm he's clearly audible and visible? Is he something? It's a great day today. Yeah, okay. Are we audible and visible clearly? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Toastmaster Prince, what my 5-year-old told me. What my 5-year-old told me, Toastmaster Prince. Please, yours.
Thank you, Toastmasters and team out of the day, Toastmaster of the day, Ashish, and sharing this wonderful perspective about confidence just before my speech. So yeah. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters. Let me just start with a question. So, have you ever had a teacher who never gave homework, never charged tuition fees, and yet taught you the most important lessons of life? So I found one, and that too right at home, my 5-year-old son. So my son, usually he's full of pee, but he has this one magical question that he uses all the day. Why, Papa? Why the sky is blue? Why can't I eat chocolate for the breakfast? Why do these birds fly, but we don't? So initially I thought he's just trying to irritate me. But then I realized he's seriously curious. He's genuinely curious. Somewhere around the way, as adults, we stopped asking why. We stopped being curious because of the fear of looking ignorant. But let me tell you one thing: curiosity is not a weakness at all. It is one of the most powerful engine of progress, endless learning, and discovery. This is how the entire civilization has evolved. So, if my 5-year-old child can ask why 100 times a day, surely we can ask it at least once in a meeting. Few months back, what happened? I took my son for his swimming lessons, and I was sitting by the poolside and watching him carefully. And at his very first attempt, he swallowed water. He coughed badly and he looked visibly uncomfortable. As a father, I was worried and thought maybe it is getting too much for him and I should stop him for today. But before I could say anything, he looked at his coach, wiped his face, and went right back into the water. Again and again, he tried, struggling, coughing, and splashing, but refusing not to give up. And eventually, what happened? After many attempts, eventually he managed to float a little. As adults, when we get uncomfortable, we just back away. But if we approach these life challenges and these fears with the resilience as a 5-year old, like learn to swim, we will never fear the failures again. So one fine evening, let me tell you one more thing. So one fine evening, Ewan, his name is Ewan. Ewan spent almost half an hour in the balcony chasing the soap bubbles. And every time he laughed when one burst, as if it is the funniest thing in the world. And I watched him and thought, Prince, when was the last time you found happiness in something so simple? So, as adults, when we grow, we start postponing our joys. So, we tell ourselves, I will be happy one day when I get promoted, or when I will buy my dream house, or when I retire. But that day, not that day, every day, my son, you will teach me one thing, not by his words, but by his action, that happiness is not hidden in life's big milestone. It is hidden in everyday small moments. You just need to celebrate them. So, what my 5-year-old son taught me: stay curious, embrace failures, and celebrate little things. Perhaps, if we are hearing the story, perhaps the greatest teachers are not standing in a classroom. Sometimes they are found sitting at home, wearing shorts, eating chocolates, and asking endless questions. Why, Papa? Why, Mama? So next time, if you go back home, try to see this beautiful world through the eye of a 5-year-old. Because to truly live, sometimes when we first need to learn how to be a student again. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much. I must say that was one lesson that I have learned today, big one, from a 5-year-old son of Toastmaster Prince. And let's give him a huge round of applause once again. And I'll now request all of you to utilize that 1 minute to share feedback about his speech to him. And please help me with 1 minute. Okay. If yeah, I still see few fingers typing, so we'll wait for another 5 seconds for that to happen. Right, those of you who have done. So when son of Toastmaster Prince, I've missed his name. Yuvain. Yuvain. Am I pronouncing it right?
Yes.
Yuvain. Yeah, very interesting. And I will keep a note of my teacher's name today. Yuvain has taught us also something very wonderful, right? When he had such a bad first experience in the pool, what did he do?
Why do you fail?
Why we fail?
Back to the
And go.
He
And
stayed
what do we do?
resilient.
Yeah, he stayed
Stayed
resilient.
resilient.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Toastmaster Bharati. What do we normally do? Oh my God, let's stay away, right? And that brings to the next element of my Toastmasters learning. And this is a big one, guys. That's to be consistent. What's very, very important for us, this meeting is happening one in a week, which is very honestly very less. You all have heard, in order to get expertise, we need to spend 10,000 hours in practice, right? And if you miss one meeting, then for 2 weeks you have not made any progress. Remember, progress as P is an important aspect here. And your confidence, whatever you build. And imagine you're building a foundation. You lay 2 bricks, then kick it down, then again lay 2 bricks, kick it down, again lay 2 bricks. Even if you have laid bricks for 100 years, you will not reach anywhere. So for you to have a building, you need to lay brick over brick, step by step, one step at a time. And for that to happen, consistency is really the key. So what I would urge each one of you in order to draw best out of your Toastmaster journey is to be consistent. Even on a week when, let's say, Saturday something is clashing, there are enough meeting happenings on Sunday, there are enough meeting happenings on weekends, weekdays, evening. Please reach out to Dikshita or relevant people. Many of us are already aware of those which are happening, though if you are not, and if you are a newcomer who are not, try to be consistent. The benchmark here is try to make sure you are attending 1+ meeting every week. 1+. If in certain week you are attending 2, great. But never allow yourself to miss, unless of course there's something very great. Understandably, if you are sitting in ICU, obviously we're not expecting to, and hopefully nobody sits in ICU. But in case, of course, there is a grave situation. But what is very important here is to be consistent. Even if you had a bad situation outside of Toastmasters, try and see how can you leverage your time in such a way. There are meetings happening for 1.5 hours, meeting happening for 2 hours. Try and see you attending. Now, here is the trick which helped me significantly. Even if you are not able to attend full meeting, try and attend only the tabletop portion of it. And even that helps. So you are building consistency of practice, which helps you. And mind you, here, even if you have attended the table topics and you cannot wait for the evaluation, you can get the evaluation later. Last but not least, the least, worst case, if you are not able to attend, try and see the recording afterward. That again helps you. And this particular thing, and before I joined this club, we didn't used to have this recording which we all did. And that was my effort and drive, how do I see myself? How do I get feedback from my mentor, etc., etc. Now, each and every meeting is getting recorded. Isn't it such a lovely thing for all of us to have when even if you are not attending, you have the opportunity to attend it in the evening. On that note, we move to our third speaker of the day. And third speaker is Toastmaster Nirdisha, and I am evaluating her speech. Toastmaster Nirdisha is attempting her level 2 speech 3 of Pathway Engaging Humor. And today she's going to talk about the subject which is perhaps closest to my heart, and that is introduction of Toastmaster mentoring. She's going to talk about Toastmasters mentoring as a part of her speech. I wish my target speaker all the very best. Toastmaster Nirdusha, can we do a very quick audio video check? Dikshita,
Yes,
could you
sir.
help me to?
Am I audible?
Yeah, from yeah. Sorry. Yeah, Nirdisha, could you say it's a lovely day today? We can do a quick
It's a
audibility check.
lovely day. It's a lovely day.
Yeah, your
Can
head is getting cut. Your head is getting cut. Yeah, this is better. Could you say the same sentence again?
it's a lovely day.
Yeah, once again, there's some disturbance.
Give me a minute.
Can you hear me now?
It's a little feeble.
Can
Yeah.
you hear me now?
Try one. Yeah, sounds okay? Okay, all right. All right. Toastmaster Nirdusha, from oops to applause. From oops to applause, Toastmaster Nirdusha.
Fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests, have you ever stood in front of a stage, heart racing, palms sweaty, and a voice inside whispering that you can't do it? That was me, a girl who had never done a speech before, a girl with full of self-doubt. But something that changed my life when I joined Toastmasters Club. Today, I want to share with you how Toastmasters envisions mentoring and how it turned my impossible to I am possible. When I was selected for my area speech, I was shocked. Deep down, I doubted myself that can I ever reach district level contest? But then a voice, not my own, but my mentor, Nirdusha, you can do it. You have to try this out. You can do your best. That voice pushed me to the next stage where I got selected for district level contest. Against all my fears, I got selected. At the time, I was still a new member to Vodka Toastmasters Club. After my speech, as I walked off the stage, my inner voice proudly said that I did it. But when I saw my mentors' faces, their joy, their pride, their encouragement, then I realized something really great that no, it's not about I, it's all about we. We did it. That's what Toastmaster mentoring is all about. Guidance, not control. Encouragement, not judgment. It's all about mutual growth. Toastmaster do not see mentoring as simply correcting mistake or giving instructions. It envisions mentorship as a partnership which is between mentor and mentee where they both grow together. A mentor doesn't point out your flaws. They highlight possibilities, does not give feedback. They provide confidence and does not just prepare for the contest. They prepare you for life. And as a mentee, we do not just gain skills, we gain courage, resilience, and a sense of belonging. As T.M. Modi of our today's meeting, he mentioned the three mantras of the progression, the confidence, how we gain confidence. It's all because in Toastmasters, I would say that it's all about the mentor, the people who guide us, people who correct our mistakes, and with all our cherishment. For me, mentoring transformed into I can't into I can. It made me believe that the right guidance, even the quietest voice, can be here to the stage as you all listen to me today. When I stood on the stage, yes, it was my voice, it was my story, it was my delivery. But behind me, my mentors stood, who corrected my tone, who helped me to frame my speech, listened to the endless rehearsals, and gave me the courage to keep going. And that's when I truly understood mentoring turns self doubt into self not shared triumph. It turned my impossible into I am possible. My dear ladies and gentlemen, mentoring is not just advice, it's just a light that turns fear into courage. A person today I am with resilience, with confidence, with full of beings in front of you because of my mentors. Toastmasters envisions mentoring as a life circle. We receive it when we begin, when we give it as we grow. So, every mentee here, trust your mentors. And to every mentor, I would say that know that your words can change someone's life. That did for me. Because with great mentors, it will just never, I did it. It always be, beat it. This is what the Toastmasters Club. Over to you, Toastmasters.
Okay, you couldn't hear our applause because we were muted. Let's do the big bird. May I request all of you now to take to WhatsApp and give feedback to Toastmaster Nirdusha for this lovely speech about mentoring. And Toastmaster Nirdusha, you managed to go to the district level, is what I heard. Is that right? Yeah, I think we have lost her.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yeah. Yes, we can hear you now. If I heard you right, you managed to go to the district level of speech contest, right?
Yes.
Super, super. That's so very inspiring. Thanks for sharing. We have Toastmaster Dikshita. We have our one of the district level contestant for the upcoming speech contest. Yes, I can
already
see.
noted.
Yes, Toastmaster Dikshita is all grins. So a presiding officer is happy about it. Yeah. All right. We take 1 minute of the feedback and then we continue our. Yes, so 1 minute is through, and I believe most of you would have given the feedback by now. So we are now entering into the table topic section, and I'll request everybody to turn on their camera as I see Hussein Veer Singh Walia seems to be one of the guests as well. And Deepesh Kumar, I'm not sure he's a member of it or a guest. Very warm welcome to both of you to this meeting. So we covered the secret to unlock your Toastmasters journey from intent to success. And what are the aspects we have covered so far? Building your confidence, being consistent, and the third element which we are covering now is pretty much linked. It's a coincidence. I did not plan it like this. But Toastmaster Nirdusha's speech has landed us to the third element, which is influence. And what do I mean by influence? Toastmaster Nirdusha mentioned about the role of mentor. What's the one thing that struck you about that? About her speech? Anyone, one or two people can share with me. What's the one thing that struck you about her speech? What's that role of mentor? How do you see it? What was the role of mentor in your speech? Let me be more precise with my question.
Well, like he guides and not controls him.
He guides and not controlling, right? And this is one very, very important thing. When you are trying to influence others. You all would have heard teacher learns the most. And that's that when you start teaching, when you start guiding, when you start either mentoring others or you become part of the EC, whosoever is mentoring, because VP Education, as a role of VP Education or presiding officer, they are indirectly mentors of everybody, right? Because they'll be connecting with all of us. What role can we take? How can they support our journey in the best possible way? Right? So the roles of EC, role of mentoring, help us to learn influence. And here is what I can share with you. Now I'm about 25 years in industry. Many of you are much less than that. The moment you become a leader, what do you think help you? Authority or influence?
Influence, of course. Influence.
Influence. How many of you think authority will give you what you want? Now the leadership is 25 years ago when I joined my career, it used to be authoritative. Right? If somebody is authoritative, we will follow them. Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. Nowadays, the youngsters who are joining my team, even if they are 1 day old, they will kick on your back if you are not doing the right influencing thing, right? They forget it, they'll follow you. Right? If you want others to follow you, you need to learn influence. And that's how Toastmaster prepare you. And mind you, communication is what? At home, you are communicating. The purpose of communication is what? Influence, right? The whole essence of communication is influence. And that's how communication and leadership are so very well connected. When I joined, I thought communication is my purpose, and therefore EC roles, etc., are not meant for me. Wish I had started these earlier. For first 1 year of mine, I did not join any EC, any club role. After 1 year, then I took EC role, I took area director role, I took speech contest role. Initially, I not meant for me. I would encourage all of you to connect with your mentor to unlock what is hidden in it, right? A lot of time we miss something because we do not understand it fully, right? So, and I would encourage all of you to understand, and Toastmaster Nirdusha has taken the VPPR now in the beautiful posters you see, the kind of learning which you have doing these roles, being part of the team who is running this club. Mind you, this is not a small organization, right? 30 plus members, setting up everything, every meeting, the amount of hard work which goes behind. New people come in, old people go, the changes happen, some fights happen, some differences happen. All this is part of life, right? Now to run this takes that effort. And by participating, you are learning influence. You are learning how to communicate in a way that can influence others positively without using authority. Because here, nobody is the boss, right? I cannot direct anything to you. I cannot say, I am the boss, do it, right? All what I have to learn today, what I am doing is trying to influence each one of you through my journey. Will you 100% do what I am saying? No. But that is what helped me to learn how can I communicate to you in a manner that influence you positively. Right? That's how I am learning. Right? On that note, we invite our table topic master, Toastmaster Rhythm, take the stage and run the session of table topics. Toastmaster Rhythm, the stage is all yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ashish. And I think it's been a wonderful learning experience from you, hearing, how we can improve ourselves, what are the things we need to focus on. So I think before we proceed with the table topic section, I just want to share a small story with you, I think which very well complements with the topic that we are discussing today. So just a few days ago, I think last month, I had to present a presentation to a whole group on one of the project that I was doing. So I had to create the presentation and I had to deliver it within the small group, the team of 100 people that are there. So I made the presentation, I delivered, and it was so well received. Like I received compliments from I remember like there were 5 to 7 messages that I got after that presentation. People liked it, they loved it. So within that whole thing, I got my confidence increased. I was so confident about that project. Just the next day, I got a message from my manager that Rhythm, everyone liked it, so let's present the same presentation to the higher management, right? You will get more visibility. So I was like, okay, I had presentation ready, everything was well, people loved it. So I went ahead with the same presentation, and next day I presented the presentation to the senior management. After 10 minutes, what I found was people were blank. They were like, it was clearly visible from their faces that it I was wasting their time. They were not interested in what I was saying. And I was like, what's happening? Same speech a day ago, same speaker, same way I presented that speech, people were loving it. And now same, everything same. What has changed? Like they are now questioning everything I was saying. At that time I understood a very important lesson, I think, which I have heard lot many times before but haven't maybe paid attention to that. What really has changed was the audience has changed. If you want to be a very good speaker, you need to be very conscious of what your audience is, who your audience is, what they already know, and what they want to hear. A senior management does not want to understand your approach, they want to understand the impact. But your team might love the approach, they don't care too much about the impact. So understanding your audience is a very critical element for any good speaker, and I think that was a great lesson for me, and going forward I try to inculcate that in my speeches. So with that, I think we can proceed to the table topic section. And who would like to volunteer for the first topic? So anyone would like to come first?
I can go if nobody else is going.
Sure, who is it?
That was not Rashmi.
Okay, Vishal is going.
Okay, Vishal.
Vishal.
Okay, Toastmaster Vishal. Okay, so Toastmaster Vishal, your topic is what is importance of non-verbal communication, non-verbal communication in your speech? How much importance do you think is non-verbal communication in your speech, and why? Toastmaster Vishal.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Rhythm. I think the importance of non-verbal gestures, non-verbal cues is pretty important. And I'll not restrict it only to, let's say, my speech, but it's very practical in our day-to-day life as well. I'll take an example. Rhythm, you mentioned about some senior, stakeholders to whom you presented your speech. I'm sure a lot of them would be rolling their eyes like this yesterday when you were presenting. So
True.
sometimes we need to, pick those cues from people which they might not feel very comfortable communicating like verb through verbally, but their body language or their non-verbal gestures can like represent it. So I think even in our day-to-day life, we see this a lot, right? When we are talking to someone, if let's say that person is like holding his or her hands like this is a very closed posture, right? This signifies that the person is, let's say, not very interested to talk to you. So I think non-verbal gestures are pretty important, not only in speeches, but in every facet of life. There are a lot of different cues, different, let's say, elements that we get to learn from it, because not everybody is comfortable to, give you feedback or say everything through words. So yeah, that's it. Back to you, Rhythm.
Great. Thank you so much, Vishal. I think that was a wonderful perspective. Can we have a round of applause for him? I think you covered it very well, that it's not just restricted to speech. Well, it had a very broader meaning. And this just remember me of one small incident from geopolitics. I think there are a lot of memes that goes for this, non-verbal communication for the Italian Prime Minister, Giorgia Meloni. I think she's famous for all this. So, anyways, moving ahead, who would like to volunteer next? Yeah, Toastmaster Pallavi. Okay. So I think a little difficult one for you. So, Toastmaster Pallavi, what do you think is great about our Toastmaster meetings, and how and what can be improved?
You're talking, the question is in general or just eloquent?
No, it's Eloquent, it's your topic.
Okay, it's definitely a difficult topic because I've been
Yeah.
regular from last 6 months. But I will still like to think about the scenarios for sure.
Yeah.
I would say Toastmaster is a platform where everybody comes together and help each other to improve their communication skills. While doing that, they also create bonds which last longer. Some, as Ashish mentioned in the starting, that some find their partners here, some find their go-to person to try any cuisine, some find a shopping friend. So definitely, it's not a place just to learn about the communication skills. It's also a place where you make friends, and those friends could last for lifelong. Improvement, I would say, it just improvement. When I see myself, I would say consistency is something which we can bring on the table, and it should be from each person, each individual. It's not the Toastmasters responsibility, it's our own responsibility to show up and be there for our team members, and of course work as a team and help each other improve over time. So over to you, Riddhu.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Pallavi, and apologies for putting you on the spot with such tricky topic. But thank you so much. I think you covered it wonderfully well. So yeah, who would like to come next?
We have a member from Interesting.
Okay, who is it? Toastmaster Vivek, right? Okay. So Toastmaster Vivek, your topic is, what is similar or different between coming to a Toastmaster meeting and coming and going to a gym? What do you think is similar or different between coming to a Toastmaster meeting regularly and going to a gym?
So I'll come first to a similar things that to achieve something good in gym and Toastmaster meeting, first you need to be consistent. You can't do that my New Year resolution taken in December and that will last till January. So you need to be consistent, and the other thing that you get motivation from others. So here in Toastmaster as well, we can learn from the others, and in gym as well, you can inspire from seeing others that how you are looking and how others are looking. So you can learn from them all. The different is like in gym you can go anytime. Okay, but in Toastmaster, of course, you need to be on time, and there is a schedule and structure. So gym is more flexible, but in Toastmaster, definitely it's a structured. No, it's the technical difference, not a. Matlab, of course, this is a meeting, so we need to do in a structured way only. So it's a difference technically, but yeah, matlab, to achieve a good thing, to achieve and to get something from both, you need to be consistent and you need to do hard work more. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vivek. I think you covered it very well. So I think consistency is the key here, right? So as you go to gym and over the time you develop muscles. So similarly, in speaking, there are a lot of unconscious things that you develop when you are consistent, when you come regularly, when you volunteer for different roles. So thank you so much for your table topic, Toastmaster Vivek. Now, who would volunteer next? I think we can do it last, maybe for shortage of time.
We can have maybe one guest, Deepak. Are you guest, Deepak, or shall we?
Akshan is also here.
Sorry?
Akshan.
Yeah, Achan. Yeah, maybe we can give couple of topics to the guests. Rhythm.
Sure. Toastmasters.
Dipesh raised his hand, Rhythm.
Yeah. So guest Dipesh. Yeah. So your topic is, what is the importance of structure in any speech or communication? What is importance of a structure in any speech or communication? Guest Dipesh.
Ever wondered why we all used to sleep in lectures, college lectures? Ever wondered why we used to bunk classes? Not because we were not dedicated, but because the lecturers were boring. Why were they boring? Because of structure. Let me tell you, more than structure, you know what actually matters is delivery. Structure plus delivery is killer combo. Why nobody takes global warming seriously? Because all we see is some old scientist delivering some factual things which we don't understand. So do you think structure really matters more than structure? I think it's the delivery which matters. Structure plus delivery. It was always like that. Sometimes I don't want to name any person, but one of these speakers in Toastmasters in some other club started off his speech with uh, how he achieved a lot of things in his lives. From X to Z, everything was about his achievements, but there was no takeaways. That speech clearly had structures, but what are you offering to the audience? Am I taking something from the audience? Do I have something as an audience with me? Whatever, even if it's the minutest of message. I don't know, the grammarian would kill me if this is the right usage, minutest, but it's just impromptu. But that's how things are. So do you have required skills like empathy, right? Do you understand your audience? Do you understand what your audience wants? There is clearly a 40-year-old lecturer who has no idea about 19-year-old students in college lectures, and yet there's a mismatch. Do you understand your audience more than structure? Because they plan PPTs and all those stuff, but yet we sleep. So more than structure, I always believe is the delivery. Structure, delivery is always the prime importance. And how the delivery develops is by knowing your audience, doing your homework, and being comfortable with your topic. That's what I have to say. Back to you, table topic master.
Thank you so much, guest Dipesh. I think that was wonderful. I am not sure if it was your first time, but the way you presented it, your confidence, and I think the way you presented your perspective was completely amazing. I think hats off to you. So next, so guest Rachin, would you like to also
Yeah,
try?
I can do that. Yep.
Sure. So your topic, guest Achin, is in the communication. What do you think are the top three most important aspects of a communication? What are the top three most important aspects of a communication? Toastmaster Achin.
Thank you everyone for giving me this opportunity to speak. I've always been thinking that we speak too much in the corporate world. It is so easy to get to this Toastmasters club and you can deliver the speeches. But when it gets to the table topic, I think I've always been slouching in my seat. Okay, what would come next, and would we be having enough thoughts to speak about it? So coming back to the topic, the communication. I think if we talk about three, I may not have the count in my head, but I think it's more connected to the topic which we just had. It's the structure and the delivery. So first of all, you should understand what you are trying to deliver. Your understanding is very important because um, if you don't understand the topic well, then you can't just deliver it. Like in terms of speeches, a lot of speeches we just mug up very well and we just try to imitate in front of mirrors and we just deliver it. But I think for me most important thing is, can you deliver it if you are not prepared, right? So that's something which makes you a little ahead. So for me, understanding the topic well, if you understand the topic well, and even if you have to maneuver the audience, and you touch base, the audience change, the senior management change, then it is very easy for you to maneuver the topics because you know the nuances and you just can take the shortcuts and do that. So for me, understanding the things very well. Second thing is, obviously you should have the skill to deliver. The words matter, right? If you know, in today's world, a lot of us are taking help of chat gpts to get a structured approach of what we are talking about, or even if the emails which we are writing, a small word have a huge impact on the audience, and that's we called influence. And influence matters a lot, right? So first you need to understand things first. Second thing, you should have enough skill. And how the skill develops, the more you communicate, the more you read books, the more you get into these kind of sessions and toastmasters or any similar kind of practices you have. And the third important thing is confidence. And what gives you confidence? The other two things gives you confidence. The confidence can't come from within, right? It can be a fake confidence, and that your audience would easily catch up. So you can see in politicians fake confidence. Even if they don't understand, they fake it. You can clearly see it. So I would sum up on those three things. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guest Achin. I think it was little long but quite elaborative one. So kudos to you. So I think I just end up with the last thought that I had. I think one very important point that guest Ashin mentioned is how much you know your topic is very important. I think I heard it somewhere that you go to a very uneducated person living in a village. If he is more aware about an incident that has happened, maybe he can narrate it well than a well qualified reporter who may not be so much aware about the facts. So also, how much you know about your topic, what you're speaking is very important. So with that, thank you everyone who participated, and I'll hand back to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Ashish.
Thanks so much, Chess Toastmaster Rhythm. Let's give a round of speakers. Compliment to you that the topics were pretty much linked to the theme which we have today, and that theme also got changed, and you had enough religions to maneuver that. So a huge round of applause to you. What we have covered so far, and a lot of you already mentioned, and I think confidence kept coming again and again. Mind you, it's a bank account, and we have to fill this bank account of ours. And confidence bank account can only be filled when you pay more attention to what you are good at. Even if you are perfect, there'll be still enough to learn more, right? Most important is for us to focus on what we are good at, what are our unique strengths, and before progress, keep building the progress. And therefore, the importance of consistency, showing up again and again, as many of you mentioned, building your influence as leaders. And one of the aspects which I'll try to cover over here, that the moment you take a area director role or a club presiding officer role, what it helps you is it gives you that authority when you are talking, and you can practice that tomorrow if you are becoming an HOD or you are taking on a key position, how will you speak with that confidence? And that practice helped me a lot. And last but not the least, which we'll cover today, is passion. Because nothing in life will work unless we enjoy doing it. If people are pushing us, forcing us, and like some of the gym membership happens, your spouse or your friends are pushing you, or that weight scale is pushing you to be there in the gym. But if you are really not interested from the bottom of your heart, you will not be able to do all this. So enjoying the process, making sure you have fun, making sure you join a place where people are having fun. And the quote which is most close to my heart is that you never forget something that you have fun while learning. So that is extremely important. Any mentor, anybody who's becoming very serious, no, we have to perhaps is not something which I would recommend. I would recommend do it with fun, keep learning, keep progressing, keep building your confidence. And this model of CCIP has helped me individually to come to this place for 5 years of journey. And of course, I am proudly, I can say that I am Toastmaster for life because I clearly see value in it. And because Toastmasters International is not paying me anything to stand here and talk to all of you like this. But clearly, I've seen valuation happening in me, and this happens through this process. So, what we will do in addition, we will have one boot camp, which I and Dikshita will organize, where any one of you interested can come in and chart out your path, your plan in a little more specificities, which with my experience I can guide. And of course, but whatever I guide is going to be much less important. More important is you spending that time on trying to understand where you are good at and how can you go from good to great. On that note, let's invite our journal evaluator who will help us by sharing how this meeting could have been good to great. Toastmaster Dikshita, you are there? Yes, the stage is all yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ashish, for introducing the theme for explaining the theme so well. And before I share my report, I would like to call upon the first evaluator. She has Toastmaster Pallavi, and she has evaluated the speech of Toastmaster Dikshita. Welcome on stage, Toastmaster Pallavi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dikshita. And Toastmaster Dikshita, first of all, congratulations on completing your level 3 speech of effective communication. Your speech, Lost and Found, right from the beginning, was full of mystery. You created a suspense in the start by asking a question, a right question, in fact. And everybody, you could see multiple people participated there. So creating a suspense, engaging the audience was the key from the very start. Your voice is definitely very pleasant. When you speak, people tend to listen to you. That's the most amazing thing about your storytelling. And in between, the way you described about how beautiful Dubai is, the shops and everything, that was commendable. Just one suggestion I would say, that when you're building a suspense, trying just try to slow down a little bit more there. For example, if you're asking somebody a question that my phone, I lost my phone. So there was, you could improve a little bit there by adding more suspense, by adding more tones to your voice. You have a very pleasant voice, that's a plus point in you, but adding more tones, ups and downs, would really help you and give more impactful speech in the future. Other than that, I think the best thing about your speech I loved was the way you described about that pani puri incident. The last time I lost my phone was when I was eating pani puri, and after that I never had a pani puri. So that was a very funny incident which you mentioned. So definitely throughout the speech it was very engaging, and the best thing about your speech was the takeaways. I mean, you emphasized from the very start that you lost your phone, you was about to lose your phone, but you stayed calm throughout the whole process. You had your next trip plan, but you were still calm that you'll get your phone. Even if you don't get your phone, you'll have a plan B. You'll find a way forward. So that attitude shows a lot about the kind of person you are. That you emphasize that staying calm, happy, kind is a choice. It does not depend upon the situation. That's the best takeaway I could take from your speech, and I think a lot of us would agree on that. And the second thing is you emphasize that money can give you luxury, it can buy you multiple things, materialistic things, but these qualities are within. It comes from within, and you need to preach those. So overall, your journey, your storytelling about Dubai experience, Dubai travel was commendable. And thank you for sharing those takeaways with us. Over to you, Toastmaster Ashish. Toastmaster Dikshita, my bad. Over to you, Toastmaster Dikshita.
Thank you so much, Pallavi, Toastmaster Pallavi, for sharing the feedback of Toastmaster Dikshita. That was well explained and the feedback was well taken. Thank you so much. Next, let's welcome Toastmaster Rashmi. She will give the feedback for Toastmaster Prince.
Thank you, General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, and future Toastmasters. So, first of all, congratulations on giving the level 1 project 2 speech. I learned a lot about Prince's speech. He shared a lot of amazing takeaways, lot of great memories. His speech was exciting, full of inspiration, and he shared a lot of fun memories he has with his 5-year-old. So Prince shared three amazing statements. Stay curious, embrace failures, and celebrate little things. What a great lesson to stay like a 5-year-old and be full of life, full of beans. Stay excited, be resilient, bounce back. These takeaways were really amazing. You even added a lot of great phrases like happiness not hidden in big milestones, but in every small step, which totally resonated with me. You did commendable job in storytelling. Love how you incorporated amazing stories, amazing instances about your 5-year-old, and how you showed and delivered the speech. The structure was amazing. Your pauses was really good. You were making the transition really smooth, which helped us to consume your speech, to think about it, and to resonate it, and took us to our childhood. What learned other than these things is your body language, your hand movement. When you said that, why do these birds fly? So you said it like this, why do these birds fly? And then when you said, when you get uncomfortable, we back away. So these body language made your speech really better. You even used word of the day. Now few areas of improvement. Your whole speech was really exciting, but if you could have added more energy to it, like if you could have mimicked how your child speak, how he feel when he is not able to do something and he bounced back, how he felt at that time, and how you share some amazing memories with your child. So it could have given more energy and it could have made your speech more lively. In the end, overall, an amazing speech, reminder, a great reminder to be full of life, to be resilient, to enjoy small happiness, small steps in life. And I wish you all the best for the next speech.
Thank you so much.
Toastmaster Dikshita, could you announce the interim part?
Yes. Thank you, Rashmi, for the wonderful feedback of Toastmaster Prince. And now let's welcome Toastmaster of the Day and evaluator of the Dusha is Toastmaster Ashish.
All right. Thank you so much. Toastmaster Nirvisha, it was really a pleasure evaluating your listening to your speech as well as evaluating it. The way you shared the journey of starting with a lot of doubts, a lot of self doubts, and from I cannot and from impossible to I am possible. I thought that whole message was extremely relatable to all of us. I think each one of us have gone through that journey, and the key message which you delivered from I to we was something which resonated with me a lot. I think the best part about your speech was how well your entire whatever you were saying was connected with your body language. Right? When you were saying you had your hands like this or hand gesture across, and I was trying to pick up one or two examples, but very honestly, throughout your speech, you had body language very well integrated in your speech. And to me, I think that's really one very big strength of yours. So please leverage it more and more. Second, what I liked was amazing expressions when you were delivering, whether it is turning impossible to I am possible, or you versus I, or I versus we, or when you are sharing how the Toastmasters mentoring is not about direction but about guidance, not about finding fault but about encouragement. So I thought those expressions were very, very impactful and you stitched them together very, very well. Third, perhaps the most important was sharing your own personal experience of your journey of Toastmasters district speech competition and how your mentor helped you to scale up to that journey in your very first year itself. I think that was very, very inspiring. Uh, Couple of areas where I would suggest you to look at to move it from good to great. One, your voice quality is highly impactful, and I think you score very well over there. Try and see if you can modulate it a little bit. That will enhance the impact of yours, especially and here voice modulation has two dimensions. One is speed modulation, so slowing down when you're saying something very, very important, or even tone wise going low when you're saying something important. I think that can hook the audience even better. And second challenge I'll give you is to integrate it with a little more storytelling. This time around, you started by sharing that I'll tell you about the Toastmasters mentoring. Normally, we advise not to do that. The reason that it should come out through the story, and that's how the impact on audience is greater because your evaluator has already shared the purpose of your speech. So, if it can be stitched together and hold as Toastmaster district speech competition in itself, I'm sure having gone through that is I'm sure is a great memory to share. So next time around, if you could stitch it into a story, the impact will be even greater. Overall, excellent job done with amazing body language expressions and sharing your personal experience by building on the voice modulation as well as storytelling. You are on your way to become a great speaker. Back to you, General.
Thank you, Ashish, for the wonderful feedback for Toastmaster Nirdosha. And before that's all for the evaluation point of view. Now let's welcome our tag team and let's welcome Toastmaster Harsh, who's going to share the report, who's going to share the timer report.
Thank you, General Evaluator Dikshita. So right now I'm going to present my report. So most of the speakers delivered their speeches with resilience and within the allotted time. And here are the details. So for prepared speeches, Toastmaster Dikshita, 7 minutes 23 seconds. Toastmaster Prince, 6 minutes 50 seconds. Toastmaster Nedusha, 5 minutes 46 seconds. And for the table topic section, Toastmaster Vishal, 1 minute 37 seconds. Toastmaster Pallavi, 1 minute 7 seconds. Toastmaster Vivek, 1 minute 21 seconds. Guest Deepesh, 2 minute 8 seconds. And guest Achin, 2 minute 37 seconds. So coming to the last section, which is evaluation, Toastmaster Pallavi, 2 minutes 35 seconds. Toastmaster Rashmi, 2 minutes 36 seconds. And Toastmaster Ashish, 3 minutes 25 seconds. So it's always full of beans when a meeting wraps up right on time. So over to you, General Evaluator Dikshita.
Thank you so much, Harsh, for beautifully explaining the timer report. Before I move on to the next evaluation section, I must say that this is the second time Harsh has participated, and Toastmaster Harsh, you have improved a lot. Thank you so much and well done. Let's welcome Toastmaster Bharti. She will going to share the grammarian reports.
Today, I'm very happy to present my report because across the session, I was looking for the bad uses of word as well, but I was not, I mean, there are no bad uses of words so much, but let's start with the commendable uses of the words and great uses of the word. So, starting with Toastmaster Dikshita, lingering, drowsy, courtesy, and LA. Then moving ahead to the Toastmaster Prince, right at home, powerful engine. Then Toastmaster of the day Ashish, fable, kick on your back, modulate. Moving ahead with Toastmaster Nirdasha, envisage, life circles. Then rhythm, inculcate. Toastmaster Vishal, pick those cues, every facet of life. Toastmaster Vivek, I'm sorry, no words, sorry. And I'm happy to announce that we have used word of the day and idiom of the day around 7 to 8 times. That is a very good. And some bad uses of word are obviously as already identified by the guest, the page itself, minutest. And that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bharti, for taking up the role as well as explaining the report quite beautifully. And last not the least, let's welcome Toastmaster of the Month, Toastmaster Vivek, to explain the counter report.
Thank you, General Evaluator Rishita. So here is my report. Toastmaster of the day, Ashish used so 3 times. Rishita used one time. Prince used 5 times, so 5 times. Rashmi used 2 times, so 2 times. Nidusha used so one time. Rhythm used so 4 times. Vishal used so 2 times. Pallavi used 5 times and so 2 times. A guest, Dipesh used one time. Guest Achin used 4 times and so 3 times. Timer Harsh used so 2 times and like one time. Grammarian Bharti used so two times and 2 times. So here is my report. There is no one in the meeting who avoid filler words, but there were 3 speakers: Dikshita, Nidusha, and Dipesh used filler word only one time. So kudos to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vivek, for sharing the report and taking a note of all the speakers. Thanks a ton for that. And let's now move on to the general report of the entire meeting. First of all, congratulations to all of you for making a meeting a big success. Today, actually, to be honest, I actually witnessed a true team effort. Let me share a story of yesterday evening. So yesterday evening, Saurav and I was still looking for an extra laptop because I have to do online session for a couple of weeks. Okay. But thanks to Toastmaster Prince and Toastmaster Vivek, who actually volunteered to bring their laptops. So thank you for that. Later in the evening, we got to know Toastmaster of the day, Sagar is not keeping well and he has to back out at the last minute. Instead of being panic, again I knew somebody would definitely come up. And this is not to mention, but this is the pillar of our club, Toastmaster Ashish. Thank you so much, Ashish, for that. And once again, I must say that he has shown exceptional leadership. Let me now, he has shown exceptional leadership. Toastmaster Ashish, I love the way you actually take up the topic that is the leverage of Toastmaster journey. Believe me, public speaking is just one part of Toastmaster. The moment we dive deeper, we learn that Toastmaster is an ocean of opportunities, leadership, teamwork, mentorship, personal growth. And today, Toastmaster Ashish has beautifully summarized the message of each of the speech. That was quite impressive, and he has handled 3 roles, in my opinion: Toastmaster of the day, evaluator, and active listener role as well. Truly inspiring and commendable Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Ashish. Now let's move on to the evaluation section. As per the evaluators part, everybody has did a great job. The CRC approach was followed properly, and they introduced all the target speakers thoughtfully and set the stage with clarity and intuition. Let's now move on to Toastmaster rhythm. Again, there was last minute change, and we were looking for a table topic master, and I requested Toastmaster Rhythm to take up the table topic role. Immediately, he agreed for the role. So thank you for that, for stepping into the role at the last minute. And actually, I love the way you introduced the table topic segment with such energy and clarity, and you have summarized each of the comments very beautifully. That well done job, Toastmaster Rhythm. Now let's move on to the Toastmaster speakers. First, we'll move ahead with Toastmaster Vishal. Toastmaster Vishal is a confident speaker and a seasoned Toastmaster. You have beautifully explained the importance of non-verbal communication. Your message was impactful and great takeaway. Second was Toastmaster Pallavi. First of all, Toastmaster Pallavi, thank you so much. It is good to see you and hear after you so long. You gave a wonderful take on quite a challenging subject and you handled it gracefully. Toastmaster Vivek, your speech was incredible, relatable, and the core message of consistency truly hit home. Guest Dipesh, what a start to your table topic response. You almost hooked us instantly. The way you opened and smoothly you have weaved a beautiful story. Guest Achin, thank you so much for your participation. You spoke with great confidence, and the way you incorporate the Toastmaster journey into your response was truly commendable. That's all from the report as a general evaluator. And as a presiding officer, I will just like to say that the voting link has been shared to all of you. And please vote for your for your favorite role players today. And before we move on to the next section, I would like to hear from our guest, Achin. Is he there? Okay, yeah. Achin, would you like to give us your feedback, what you learned from today's meeting?
Um, I think it's well structured. I would say I think we have used this word quite a lot, and there is a hunger to improve in everyone, and that's a great thing. The other thing is consistency. I think the perseverance word which we talk in our day-to-day life, that's also we talked about. That's the key word. So all in all, I would say it's not just about what we are doing. It's just about how we are motivating each other. That's what I have seen, and I liked a lot. Overall, a good participation, and I like being part of the team today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Achin, for joining the meeting. Let's hear from our guest, Dipesh.
I have nothing much to say as in because I attended the meeting a little late, but I'll comment on what the part which I have attended. I really enjoyed the table topics and the kind of evaluation which were put forward. The evaluations were pretty detailed, and it gives us a lot of information as to how things are to be evaluated. So that's much I have to say.
Thank you so much, Dipesh, for sharing your feedback. Let's now welcome guest Pushwinder. Pushwinder, are you there?
Yeah. Hi guys. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah. Yeah. Hi guys. Very good afternoon. First of all, I apologize for joining in late. I had my online MBA exam today, and I just got free about 12:30, so I joined in late. I communicated the same to Dikshita earlier only. Right. So, as I said, I joined in late. Whatever context that I have about 40 odd minutes that I have experienced in this particular session, and I have really enjoyed the uh, topics. And obviously, this is my first time joining this particular session. I wanted to understand what kind of activities and role play that goes on in this particular session on this particular meeting, so that I can understand this particular session would be beneficial for me. And I believe by observing for 41 minutes that this could be the platform that I was looking for actually. Right. So thank you for this whole experience. To be honest. I think these kind of activities and these repetitive sessions or the repetitive activities of putting someone in the position that where they can deliver actually and actually speak loud, that is the best way to improve anyone's skills. And I think by doing these activities multiple and being a part of this kind of a club would be a great experience overall. So I'm looking forward to joining the next session from the first minute. So yeah, thank you for the great session.
Thank you, Pushpinder, for sharing your feedback. Meanwhile, I will just like to remind that we have shared the voting link in the guest group. Hope everybody has received it. Can you just kindly vote for your favorite role players, please? Okay, so we have received responses and okay. So best auxiliary role player, timer Harsh, our counter Toastmaster Vivek, grammarian Toastmaster Bharti. Any guesses? Yes, it is Toastmaster Harsh.
Or do we split this in? Okay. Congrats. Okay.
Yeah, Nidusha, can you just take a
Yeah. Well, Rashmi is done the honors, the physical stage.
thank you, Rashmi.
Yeah, super.
Yeah. The best role player, Toastmaster Ashish, Toastmaster Rhythm, Toastmaster Dikshita. I don't think so. We need to guess this winner. It's Toastmaster Ashish. Best prepared speech breaker, Toastmaster Dikshita, Toastmaster Prince, Toastmaster Nirdosha. Any guesses?
Tough one.
It's Toastmaster Dikshita.
Oh,
You have to do this way, both the hands.
Multi-speaker. Okay. Dikshita, I can't see you.
Yeah. 1 minute. At least I have to look presentable now. Picture.
Give me a few seconds.
This hand, no?
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Who is taking the screenshot?
Nirdosha,
Pallavi.
will you help with the screenshot?
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now, best staple topic speaker, Toastmaster Vishal, Toastmaster Pallavi, Toastmaster Vivek, guest Dipesh, guest Achit.
Yes, Dipesh.
Yes, Dipesh.
Yes, it's guest Dipesh. Dipesh, you there? Can you just switch on your video? Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for the honors.
No, we need a picture with you.
Oh, I feel like a VIP now.
Just put your hand there.
Okay.
The other one. The
Which
other
one
one.
you?
Yeah.
But then we have to change the.
No.
Yes, you get her.
Rashmi, you only do
On the
it.
countdown of three, I have to smile, right? So please
Rashmi, you
mention me.
only do it. Yeah.
Super. Now it's up to Nirdosha who's
Congrats.
Thank you.
Best prepared speech evaluator, Toastmaster Pallavi, Toastmaster Rashmi, Toastmaster Ashish.
Toastmaster.
Rashmi.
Pallavi.
Rashmi.
It's Toastmaster Rashmi. Ashish, you can do the honors.
You do the honors.
Yeah.
Application. I'll take it.
And the speaker.
Yes.
Yes. Speaker,
Thank you. Are you done, Dikshita?
yeah.
Okay. Back to you.
Turn it into gallery one.
So that's all for today. Thank you all for the participation and making this meeting successful. And as usual, we'll be sharing the agenda very soon in couple of hours. And let's take up all the roles as we have learned in today's Toastmaster session as well. That taking up roles are as much as important as our paying the membership for the Toastmaster. So let's take up the roles and let's elevate this club to its highest. Thank you so much. Bye. Have a great day. Let's take a Zoom feed. Yeah, Ashish, I can't hear you. Yeah, let's take a Zoom feed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Put on your cameras,
Okay.
please. Put on your cameras, guys. Pushwinder, please switch on the camera, please. Should I wait? 1 minute. I'm just yeah. Achin, switch on the camera, please. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.